Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a divine, intuitive, psychic, medium channeler. Welcome to the channel. So, timeless reading, just so you know, as time is but an illusion. It only exists here in the 3D realm. So, that means everything is like available to you to find, not just within my channel, within anyone's channels. Anyone's, like, there's just so much beautiful like messages and information and things like that, because a lot of us were getting prepared, okay, for New Earth. And for a lot of us, like, we've been pulling in on these frequencies, these energies of what's to come. Like, they've been pulling me back a lot as of late to readings that I've done like 9 months and beyond, because all of that's like playing out now. So even I'm getting called to review my readings. And from a while ago, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's playing out for me now, right? Because, you know, I don't know if I mean, to me, everybody that's in the spiritual community, like, you should know, like, the content that you're putting out, it's but a reflection of you, right? It's, if you're pulling in on the energy, it's energy that is surrounding you. You're a part of that, right? It's why you're being subjected to it. If you can see it, feel it, pull it in, it's relating to you in some way. I mean, maybe not the whole thing, right? But it is in a way, right? Because and plus two, it's the collective energy, right? So you're part of the collective, are you not? So you can definitely find out a lot by what's going on. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, I get guided to things, right? And I'm like, oh, like, even when I'm listening to things, because I'm like, yeah, do they know that they're that's their energy? Do they know that that's a fear of wounding, something that they need to clear out because they're pulling that information? They're, you know, it's, I don't know. I give these little teachings. Take what you would. Leave any part that's not fitting or not understanding, because sometimes I just plant the little seed there, right? And we're all learning, right? And you're always like changing. And before, I used to take certain things, right, and I would be like, so set on like a certain way, like, nope, nobody's gonna change my way, how I feel about this. Like, I get it. It's beautiful because we have our different energies and feelings, right? Plus two, our different guides, right, that we pull in on. Hold on, Maddie, can you turn it down, baby? I know, it's just distracting me. So, okay, so, I mean, it's really neat to take people's different perceptions too, and it can be how you change and shape things, right? And it's just like with anything, like you're always improving. Like, we're never done learning, right? No, like, that's why it's Earth School, right? Like, we're here evolving our souls. Okay, we're all here because we're not complete. We have not experienced everything that there is to experience. We all have certain paths and obstacles. Why am I saying it like that? We all have these lessons, right? We all have different things that we're learning that we need to experience here for our soul's growth and evolution. If we were complete, we wouldn't be here. And now I know that like the chosen, right? And why there's, to me, a difference between the chosen ones and you know, I feel that everybody here at this time, like, you were chosen by your ancestors to be here at this time. Okay, so yeah, I get that. But the ones that came here with this high vibrational frequency, it's like you came here awakened. You came here knowing that you were different than the rest. Like, those, you are the 144,000. So you need to know that, like, there's way more chosen. It's not just, oh, 144, that's it. No, you're the leaders. You're the ones that descended down here from the higher realms to help with this exact time, to be here right now for the evolution of Earth, higher levels, to bringing back. That's why you feel so called to be being a teacher, right? A healer, right? And whatever you may define yourself as. Some of us use certain terms that are going to relate with other people. Sometimes that's just what you need to be able to connect with other people. Sometimes, you know, or maybe it's for your label and classification of different things, right? As we awaken and unlock to more and more of these gifts and abilities, okay, that more of these may come online. So now you may be, you know, saying, you know, like if you're studying astrology and you're learning in your, you know, and you're awakening, right? If you're guided to it, it's something that, and especially chosen ones that we're reclaiming and you can advance very, very fast, right? More than somebody that's just learning it for the first time. So, you know, you may then be calling yourself an astrologist, right? And, you know what I mean? So, and that's where we get in and we compare and all of that. Like, no, you have to be studying it for this amount of time. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot compare because it's like once certain things awaken, right? Or you have certain guides that come online, especially if you're a channeler, right? As to me, mediums are also channelers, okay? And seeing it's the different interpretations that you have of each, right? So that's why, like, I call myself a medium a lot, but I'm not like in the shows where the mediums, right, are, you know, what is the one with Jennifer Love Hewitt, where she's like a psychic medium to me? Like, I love that show, right, where she goes around and helps spirits, you know, crossover, find light, open up and heal. And I get it's cute, but it's like it's really not going to heal and open up like that. Hold on, Maddie, you need to turn it down or you're off the phone. And because I mean, yeah, there are some that stay here or don't how do I want to put this? Okay, because to me it's like all of your past. YouTube's too loud. I need to go into Netflix or something. Please pick a movie. I don't like you watching. Okay, so because the volume's not regulated. I know, it's funny, right? She's like, but you always, it's different. Plus, too, it is YouTube you're on, right? That one, I don't have the blocks up. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So, we're talking about the show. Okay. About like there are some souls that like that to me, spirits that are not ready to reincarnate. They're in they're the ones that get, because I can't even really fully explain it now. I don't know why they had me bring that up. See, things have changed. Like, I used to feel like there were souls that got trapped between the realms, right, that they couldn't ascend, okay, and they couldn't reincarnate because they were being punished for something, and sometimes they need help, right? And in that show, it's all about she frees them. Normally they go to her to deliver messages so then they can see the light open up, but no, it's not like that. Really. So it's just showing me how things have changed, because it's like your ancestors are there, like they don't get to, their karma is not cleared if you're here and you have karma from your bloodline. So to me, like all of your ancestors, whether you're aware or not, they're all like helpers, ascended masters. For some of you, those would be the ones that have, okay, crossed over. But so not all of your ancestors, so they're bringing that in, but for a lot of like your grandparents, your parents, your ones that have, you know, that have left this earthly realm, to me they're now between our realm, okay, and the heavenly realm, because heaven is here, but it's all about evoluting back to, like, the whole concept is different. I don't know, I guess I wasn't ready to go that far deep, spirit, stop it. Maybe they want me to, because these are all little things where maybe for some of you to start to elaborate and start to, because that's sometimes why we do those things too. And then sometimes why, like, I may put a perception out there where I don't fully understand it, so now you can run with that and now you can teach, right? Because we are connected with each other, this collective energy, right? So I need someone to explain to me some of those things now, because I realize, like, I haven't even been looking at that. I've been just so focused on other things. Like, I haven't thought about that show in, like, I have, like, 5-6 years it's been since I've watched that show. So it was just, I mean, I'm sure it's out there to find it, right? The Ghost Whisperer, I think is what it was called with her. But it was just weird that just came about, right? So, because it's talking about the medium or whatever. But then, you know, like, some work with spirits and stuff, and, you know, some really can talk to, like, your ancestors and things like that, but you don't really need to have that label. It's like, I knew ever since I was a little girl, like, I would be hearing spirits, seeing spirits, and it used to scare me, and then it was like, when they would know that I could hear them, then it was like I had so many of them coming to me wanting help and things like that. But I was in this energy, like, well, if you're, you know, here, why are you not in heaven? Why should I help you, right? And you know, it was too much for me as a little girl, right? So I actually had to ask spirit, or, you know, I used to, before I didn't know it was spirit, that my ancestors and things like that. So it was always my angels. I was always like, my angels, please make it stop, please, me, you know. And I remember telling them, like, please, like, I don't want it. So they actually, you know, protected me and shielded me from that, because then all of a sudden it all went away, and I wasn't hearing and seeing things. And then as I started to have my spiritual awakenings, right, I started to ask for those gifts back, and they started to work with me. And then when they opened it back up, like, I remember it was at the specific house that I was at, just all of a sudden it was like every time I would close my eyes, I would just see so much stuff, and it was too much again. 11:44 on the clock as I say that. So it was like, you can work with spirit, right, to work with you and your gifts. I don't know why I'm sending all of this. It's significant for somebody. 11:55. And then, like, these little things, like, for some of you, like, your family knew, right, that you were different. Like, I'll still never forget this time. I don't remember how old I was. It's probably like 6, like my little girl's age now, right? And you know, it's so cute that age. They ask everything, like, why do we have a sun? Why do we have a moon? Why do we, you know, and all those cute little innocent questions, right? And I remember once I asked my mom, I was like, why do we have doctors? And she was like, well, I remember her looking at me like, well, if of course she made it about her. She's like, well, wouldn't you want me to get help if I got sick? Wouldn't you want a doctor to help me if I was sick? And I was like, well, yeah, your mom, but why are there doctors? And she's like, well, to help the sick and so they don't die. And I was like, no, I mean the way they help. Like, doctors, why do they cut people? Why do they cut? And, you know, I remember asking her, you know, because they used to watch a lot of graphic stuff around me when I was little, so I would see, you know, was it back then, like, they used to love to watch, like, the surgery show, you know, like the shows. They used to show, like, a lot of graphic stuff on TV where you'd see them getting cut open or whatever. Anyway, I just remember, but it wasn't, I remember thinking it wasn't that I was grossed out by, like, seeing them getting cut open, wondering why. I just remember thinking that's not a way to save them. And I remember asking her, like, why do they cut open? You know, why do they cut open? And she was explaining to me, well, different surgeries and different things. And I remember telling her, like, no, that's not how you fix people. It's not how you fix people. So, and I remember the way that she looked at me, right? Because I knew that, you know, and I still believe that to this day, as I'm a quantum level shamanic healer, that I've always known that everything is healed by the vibrational frequencies of sound, and, you know, all of the plants and herbs and different things that our bodies are meant to self-heal, right? And it's when you're having ailments and things that are happening, they're due to blockages, absence of energy and light within your body. I mean, now that I'm older, I know this is right, but I didn't when I was younger, but that was a sign, you know? And it's like when children are asking things like that, it's just, and it's like to this day, like I'm very like, I mean, I know there's certain things now, which, you know, with the advancements of, you know, science and things, especially like with babies, right? You know, like the C-sections and stuff, if need be, emergency to be able to cut open. I more was meaning like how they cut and things. It's just like, you know, I mean, I get it. Certain things you need that, but it's just, I don't know. It was just, I knew that, there was different ways and alternate ways of healing. And that's kind of how I am now. And I'm very stubborn with it too. Like, I've had certain things that they've wanted to, you know, like my gallbladder. They've been, you know, have wanted to take that out. My brother's had it out. My other family members, things like that. Like, it runs, they say, in our family, in the genetics or whatever, having high levels or whatever. But it's just like, I was always like, nope, you're not cutting on me. No, I will heal it in natural ways. So whenever I have flare-ups and things like that, doing eating the foods that I shouldn't, or stress and things like that, I go to natural ways. I've always been like that, where I look to natural ways of healing. Ever since I was younger, like, I didn't like taking medicine, stuff like, just like with my kids. I don't ever give them medicine, like, other than if they really need Tylenol or ibuprofen is all I never gave them any of that other stuff. Right? And I know, like, antibiotics completely kill your immune system, things like that. Like, you know, whenever my kids start to get sick, I juice them up. Like, we do all different types of juices and things like that, and the combination of all the different, and they, you know, and they don't need to have all of that stuff, right? And so, wow, okay. So anyway, I could go on with so many things with this. So what I'm getting at is that, like, I've known that, like, I was different, right? So for some of you, maybe these are confirmations, right, for you, or seeing it for some of you and your children, right? Because a lot of the children all of the children now that are being born, right, are for New Earth and all of that. But let me go back to where I was with this reading. So it's different perceptions, different things. So, okay, the 144, right? That's what I was talking about. So the 144 are the ones that have been chosen to descend. So we came from the higher realms, which means you've already completed the entire carnation cycle. You have went through all 9 life paths, right? Because there's 9 numbers, right? And that's why, if you don't know about numerology, look into it. Your name, you can break your name down. It's got the different, your name is figured out actually and is created. It's all synchronistic. It all goes together with different life paths and different experiences and different things that you went through, and each letter and vibration and numbers. Like, you can break it all apart and see the different life paths, how many times, like, if you were on, say, a life path of a 3 and you didn't fulfill that life path and that mission, so you need to reincarnate and live another life path to try to prove the cycle of that number, right? And you can break apart and you can actually see what life paths you have left to serve, which ones you have. For a lot of you, you're on, like, your final one, okay? Or maybe you have more. It all depends, but the 144,000, the OGs, right? The leaders, okay? That's why I still say 144,000. And then I say there's many other chosen ones, because as you start to awaken and ascend and activate your DNA strands and get all of them activated, and you're in that, you can definitely be. But that's what, I guess why I'm trying to talk about the gifts and the things like that, is because you know that basically you are the black sheeps and you're the ones that endure, because it's like you're like the divergence, and they knew it, right? So I've been heavily attacked, and it was like, you know, the ones that are more awakened now, they don't deal with as much spiritual warfare. I mean, you're still lighting up, and that's also has to do with a lot of, like, the drones and the things in the sky, because they literally can go around and see who's lighting up, on whose pineal glands lit up, whose auric field is, you know, different things. Plus, too, the way that I've always noticed people look at me, like, still, like, I love it like children. I can't tell you how many times, like, there are certain children where I know that they're more gifted than others. The ones that, like, I always get lovely smiles and stuff from children. I'm always drawn to children, but there are some that will freeze when they see me, and they light up like it's Christmas morning, and they will just run up, and I'm always like, shh. You know what I mean? Like, it's and I've done that ever since. It's like, I don't know if they can see the light, I don't know, but it's just like, so you'll know if, for some of you, like, I don't know why I'm feeling to explain this, because I feel some of you, like, you don't believe that you were chosen, so you think that you have this like karma and things like that. And yeah, we all are transmuting it, right? But I don't know why they're having me explain this, because it's like we all, okay, now I know, because we all have, we're here learning, okay, and what do we learn through? Lessons and obstacles and these things. Like, we wouldn't learn without those, without having the absence of light. You don't, know that, like, you have to experience pain, and it's what builds us up too, and to be able to have that compassion and stuff like that. But I guess what it is because the chosen, the 144,000, like, you need to know, like, you're leveling up and it's meant for you. It's not meant for you to wait for, like, everyone else. Like, you don't understand, like, you were here serving all this karma, okay, that was not yours to carry at all, because you have already done it and you've already ascended, because that's the only way that you stop reincarnating on this cycle, or being here in an earth school, improving yourself, right? That's why I'm saying, for some of you, you're literally ascended masters in the flesh, because you were chosen to be that ascended master down here in the flesh. Now, many can awaken and activate and become chosen and channel and embody and invoke these energies, and that's why there's many that are invoking, like, this spirit of high dimensional beings, gods and goddesses, right? And they feel and they resonate with certain gods and goddesses or ascended masters, okay? Because they're pulling on their energy, they're working through them, they're being a vessel, okay, for spirit to come through, right? But it's not, it's different than some of the ones that are fully, like, you chose to straight up be here. You are the full incarnate, like, and you were hidden. And for you to be able to identify if you are, those are the signs and synchronicities, like, of what I was saying. Like, you knew, and then you've had many spiritual attacks, many things coming at you. I mean, it's like, we were the divergence, right? So to be in this matrix, like, they knew it. They also knew when you were born, right? Because many of you, like, there was something very special astrologically aligned when you were born, okay? Certain comments, certain things within the astrals that was going on, so they knew, okay? And they look, confirmation on my phone, I don't know if you heard it, but that's why too, like, everything's recorded too, like, your social, think about it, the numbers, the vibrationals, like, they've really coded things too. There's a lot of tracking, right? And too, something I found out too is, like, things are hidden from you. Like, I've just always known too and felt like things weren't right, that, like, my birth certificate was, like, altered. And it was interesting, like, I was told that my parents were on the run with me, right? Because they had just stolen my brother out of a detention center, because he was taken away from my mom. And I guess my father stole him out of it. And then we went on the run the whole time she was pregnant with me and all of this. And I guess they came out of hiding because she gave birth to me and all of this stuff, right? And I don't know, I never put the two and two together, right? But so, like, I think that was all part of the plan too, in a way, like, for things. So then I started to realize, like, oh, well, that would probably explain why I've always identified as this, but I've known this. So for some of you, like, you literally, there could be some dark stuff. And literally, like, for some, they literally took some of the chosen. Like, for some of you could literally be finding out, like, your families, like, if you've felt this way. Now, remember, this is never like, oh, I'm exposing this to you. It's more confirmation. Like, you're going to feel it. You're going to know. It's going to be like, that makes sense, right? It's like, if your family is not yours. No, not that black sheep, you're different than the rest. I mean, for some of you, like, you straight up have just always known or felt, right? Not, I mean, not being told, but, like, you just knew that, like, yeah, you're not really my parent. Because for some chosen ones, literally, like, switched around, taken. Some of you, the chosen ones, were taken from their birth parents and literally put into, like, cult-like families. to break them because they knew that the chosen seeds that were incarnating here, right? So, and I've wondered that, right? Because I knew that my father was a Mason, right? And I remember getting brought around when I was little to all the lodges and all the little meetings and all the little things, and I remember all of it, right? Like, it was never, my father called it a brotherhood, right? But like never talked about it, all of this stuff, but just like the dark ass stuff or whatever. Like, anyways, I don't want to get into all of that. I'm just saying, for some of you, the stuff's going to be coming to light if it hasn't, right? So for some of you, you're realizing that, like, yeah, your family, you know, it's not really your family, and that might be why you didn't know, right? And why you've had a harder life. So anyway, what I'm getting at is that for some of you, you need to know that this is your time because you chose to be here, and because you were clearing all of the karma and all of the things that you took on. It had nothing to do with you. So it's kind of like you have to be elevated now. It has to do with the balances too. Like, it was part of your contract, part of the, like, you're not going to go through all of this and then wait for everybody else to reap the rewards. Like, I get it, because it's our mission, right? And we don't like to leave people behind, right? Especially like I can't even tell, like, in this lifestyle, in the situation, like, they put me in the last, you know, like, seeing people struggling so much, and I'm like, how can I even, like, be okay? Like, there'd be so many people I'm seeing sleeping on the streets and things like that, walking around, like, how do I go in at night and, like, sleep in my bed and things like that, and not let, you know, like, I had, like, it's so hard. Like, I had the sweetest man that was homeless, right? And every single day he was, like, bringing food to, like, me and my children, you know, and he knew that I was getting government assistance and all of that, you know, and it's there's the impact. Okay. So it's really, really hard. That's why for some of us, like, but you have to know it, this time, like, because of the scales and because we need the leaders to lead, it's going to lead the path, it's going to lead the way. Like, you have to step into these positions that you're being called to, these next levels. And it's literally meant for you to come out of the shadows, for you to expose who you are. For some of you, you might feel as though you don't want to, like, you're going to know when the time is right. Okay. And 2757 stood out to me. Just, there's some big changes that are that are coming, but this is more confirmation that a lot of you, like, you're going to be realizing all of these gifts, or just affirming them, or maybe you just needed this confirmation, right? That, yeah, I get it, where it's mainly, I guess, and I had no idea why they were having me sit down, I guess, just to do my third reading, but it's just this message, like, some of the chosen, the 144, I call my elite starseeds, you need to know that you are different than the collective, and I need you to know that, and I need you to take that. Like, you have to lead. Like, yes, that we're all on this journey, we're all one, but because of the way, like, you need to have that level up. Like, you need to have everything that you went through and you endured, like many others did not. You took on, like, a bunch of extra karma, a bunch of, you know what I mean? And that's gotta be made right. And whatever that feels like for you, right? Like, especially this lifestyle, like, yeah, I don't want all the riches and all the money. Not after everything that I've seen, right? But for some of you, it's still going to be given to you, so don't deny it. But you're meant to use it in other ways. And for some of you, it's like you're trying to deny, and maybe it is like monetary, or maybe it is like offers, but you need to look at, like, what is this whatever is going to be given to you, Okay? And for some of you, you're about to come into like so much abundance. And that's what I mean. Like, I guess this message is coming out because you need to know you're worthy of it. Don't give it all away to be humble like everyone else. Like, you have something you're supposed to do with that. You did. All right. Well, I'm at 30 minutes, and that's my timer, y'all. So I better go. So love and light to all of you. Definitely watch wherever you feel guided to. I mean, everybody can have their own ideas on it, but this is what, you know, Spirit wanted me to get out there for you. This is what, you know, I believe and know. So, all right. Love and light to all of you. Now I clicked off my camera. I have to find it. All right. Bye, guys.